Hello and welcome to episode 4, Talking Out Loud, a Bankwood Bear production with me, George Cressy. This one takes us to Pushkar, India again, and the first time we'll set foot in Pappi Chulo's, which is now called Pineapple Express, and it is a lovely, lovely, lovely hostel, and possibly the best hostel I've stayed in. For sure top 3, So yeah, first of all, congrats, and if you are in Pushkar, check this place out. It's unreal. So for episode 4, we're joined by Rami, one of my favourite Israelis. A really extraordinary fella. Really like the way he speaks. Good little brain on him. And we delve into quite a few topics. We start off with quite a biggie, and then we'll sort of branch off, talking about Buddhism. We talk about ego. We'll also hit up topics like owls and language barriers. So we really hit all the key bases, I think, with this convo. And I really hope you can follow it better than I do at times, actually. You'll find straight off the bat something ain't quite right. Got pretty struck down with the old deli belly before this convo starts. I'm going to chalk that up to amlers. And that's playing on my mind quite a lot throughout, so my listening skills aren't that good for this one, so I do drop out towards the end. It gets a little heavy, and I just can't cope. Outside of that, also get a little sweary. Yeah, it's the first time I get a little bit sweary on a pod, but yeah, I think for future episodes it's probably worthwhile putting the disclaimer out now. That will happen again. So sorry folks if that ain't your bag, but yeah, someone can edit them out, I'm sure. A little word on Bankwood Bear. I think you should be able to listen to this now on iTunes, so that's exciting, I think. So yeah, we'll get that link up for you. Subscribe and share as always, and we're up to 98 followers. 98 followers on Facebook, amazing. But strap in, guys, listen up. And I really hope you enjoy this one. Play it. Hello, welcome to episode 2 of this show. I'm not sure on the title of the show yet, but we'll get back to that when we can. I'm joined here by the quiet Israeli guy you met in the second recording, Rami, aka Socrates. And we are sat lying down on top of the hostel roof. What's the hostel called? Pappi Chulo in Pushkar, India. Very hippie vibes here.
Sunset time.
Sunset's just happened. Very romantic. It's been nice. So yeah, we'll get stuck into chatting about Rami and life and whatnot, and see what happens. So we'll just put this down here and we'll start. We've spoken quite a lot over the last day. I met Rami probably 5-6 days ago now.
Here.
Yeah.
That's my 6th day. Yeah.
Yeah. So we met 6 days ago. Yeah. So we had some good conversation, haven't we?
True.
And one of them was a good one on drugs in general. So alcohol's been my biggest drug for the last, until I was about 24, 25 probably. Yeah. Now I'm drinking a lot less than I did.
That's true. That's good for you.
Yeah, I'm starting to think so too. I think alcohol's pretty. I love alcohol still. I do, man. I do like it, but yeah, in terms of a long-term addiction, that's the worst one in my opinion.
It's all a matter of balance. You should do it. If you stick to beer and wine, if you stick to wine, I think you can drink a wine glass a day, no problem.
Yeah, fair. That's good news for my mum. No, I'd agree.
My grandfather used to drink 1 bottle of arak, which is the Israeli homemade, which is the Yemeni's basically homemade alcohol.
Okay.
Used to make it from potatoes.
Okay.
It's just like basically the colorless, tasteless alcohol, okay. Homemade. So yeah, if you stick to those, it's better,
Yeah, I see. Anything sort of.
So he could survive off that one bottle a day.
Whoa.
For years, man. He lived until he was 90 something.
That's mad.
Yeah. He did get the Alzheimer's in the last decade of life.
Okay.
So
Was he still drinking in his Alzheimer's? Or did the Alzheimer's
I don't
stop
know.
drinking?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine. Unless that's a powerful habit if it did. If that stuck with him, even to the Alzheimer's. But yeah, that's mad, dude. It is crazy, actually, you're right. And there are people who've gone, yeah, well into their late life, boozing heavily. Yeah, Weatherspoons, you've been to the UK before? Yeah, you have.
No, I've never.
You never been?
No.
Okay, yeah, well, when you go to Weatherspoons. And just
Weatherspoons.
people watch, yeah, it's awesome. Just sit in Weatherspoons and just look at the different characters that come in. I'll leave it there. I'll be a
Step of
mystery,
bar, you know.
surprise. Yeah, it's a chain. It's a chain of
Chain
pubs
of
in
bars.
England, like
Alright.
the cheapest pubs in town.
Nice.
And they're
Interesting
very,
people, I guess.
Yes, very interesting people. But yeah, like they've got a Weatherspoon News, which is hilarious. It's so anti-EU. It's very like pro-drinking. It's so biased. When you read it through, it's hilarious. But it works because clearly we're out of the European Union and people are drinking more than ever. So like, yeah, it's powerful propaganda, man. What they can produce in Weatherspoons in a chain of pubs. I'm off topic again.
We had a conversation about drugs.
Yes, we are. Yourself.
Wow, it's hard to say. I think I've done every hallucinogen. I like hallucinogen. So, like shrooms, acid, DMT.
That's mad.
In those, like family.
Yeah.
Changa, which is kind of like DMT.
Okay. Changa. What's Changa?
It's like it's the same. It's not the same, but it's similar to DMT, but also a little bit more calm.
Okay.
It doesn't shoot you through the fucking moon, you know. It just gives you a little, yeah,
like a
hallucinations. How the fuck do you say that word?
hallucinations.
No, it's not right. Hallucinations.
Hallucinations.
True. No, you're right.
Okay, so it's like let's say it's a roller coaster ride. That'd be just like
DMT.
DMT would be the fucking Big Dip or whatever the fuck it is. From what you said anyway, and then what you said.
It's even
This
words cannot
challenge.
even describe it. Truly,
Okay.
It's
What
like
DMT?
it's just that's something different. So it's the one thing
Sounds
that
fucking
is
insane, man.
that is completely different that I've experienced. Like there's another form of existence, another place, which has different rules, and they can take you there.
Fuck. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
it's
absolutely
one talk away.
crazy, man. Because there's stuff now. It's getting bigger and bigger, isn't it? There's stuff on Netflix about it as well. There's documentaries on DMT.
Yeah, I've heard those movies about it. I didn't watch it,
Yeah, I've not seen
but
it.
I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter how much you knowledge
You
yourself.
watch, yeah.
It doesn't matter how much you learn.
Okay.
It's nobody's gonna prepare you for this.
Whoa.
Nobody can.
It sounds mad. Like, so I spoke to you about this before as well, but Joe Rogan, was chatting to you about him. And he's a big advocate of saying, at least, everyone should try. No, maybe not everyone. I can't remember what he said, but he's done it 6 or 7 times anyway.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, yeah. You should listen to him. He's fucking awesome, man. But yeah, and that dude, like, just says, you see shit. I think on one of his recent ones, he was speaking to a physicist about quantum theory and stuff like that, and they got onto the universe and galaxies and so on. And the physicist brought up a picture of a galaxy, a certain galaxy or a certain star system. And Joe Rogan was like, "Yeah, I've seen that exact thing on the DMT trip." It's just like, what the fuck? And this is like newly released. Like, this is a new shit. And he was saying like, yeah, I saw that shit on DMT, and you're like, whoa. So there's definitely something in these drugs that has ridiculous potential. And maybe not.
So all right. So I think DMT is practiced in Central and South America, like in the
Ayahuasca.
indigenous tribe. Yeah, and where? Yeah,
Is that a similar thing? Is it?
It's similar thing. Only in ayahuasca they find a way to postpone the effect from like not postpone but lengthen it.
Okay.
So DMT takes, from my knowledge, like between 10 to 15 minutes, and then you come back down.
Okay.
But ayahuasca lasts like for 4.5 hours easy.
Wow.
So and you mix it, and then it's a mix of herbs. So you get the DMT potential herbs, and then delaying, like they delay the rate of the, you know, the way that the DMT is being digested in the system. Let's say.
Yeah.
So instead of going out of the system for 15 minutes, it stays for 4.5 hours. So that's the difference basically, and I've never done it, but I've heard the high is also different.
Okay.
And they treat it as a spirit. They don't even treat it as a drug, you know. So it's like a spirit when you that you kind of uniting with, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
So the spirit gets into your body and just you know, takes you to that journey.
Whoa.
So they don't speak about it in the terms of drugs at all.
Yeah, I see.
So in our Western way of thinking, you know, we are used to the fact that, you know, we take something which is out of our body, and it gives us something. So it's like a chemical.
Yeah.
But they treat it differently. They treat it as a spirit that needs to be respected, and there's a whole ceremony that needs to be done. And you need to watch yourself basically when you deal with this stuff, because you deal with spirits. So I talked to them about it, and it's like, you know, water is also a spirit. You can take water and just drink it ignorantly, and you just, you know, whatever, if you're fine. But if you concentrate your intention and bless the water before you drink it, and then drink it, apparently, like you're gonna feel something different. I've done it a couple of times.
So you attach a story to the water. You attach a meaning behind what you're drinking.
Everything that's a spirit that enters your body,
it has a different effect.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Yeah. Well, again, I mean, wine in church and things like that. That's what they've been doing for ages, or blessing children at christenings. And holy water. You can't be drinking that. People frown at you if you drink that stuff. It's the same shit. But yeah, you're right. No, it's fascinating. It's good. It's a good thing. It just shows you the power of the mind, which is I'm starting to come to terms with now. But it's far too vast a topic, I think. It'd be cool to chat to more like neuroscience people, or people who can try and dumb it down for.
We are really in the dark ages now with the brain mapping in our Western society. But if you want like mapping of the mind, you can check Buddhism, you know, Tibetan Buddhism. They have a lot to say about that. And even they didn't invent it. So Buddha was taking all this information from the Indians that lived in his time.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. Like I'm talking about the basic where the Indians have started to map the mind through meditation.
So Buddha was what, two and a bit thousand years ago? Was when Buddha was alive.
Yeah, like 2,500.
But before that, the Indians obviously had.
Yeah. So you know his story.
Not really.
He was an Indian prince, well educated.
Okay.
And had a life of like abundance.
Okay.
But he was suffering. And he was suffering, and so he went out of the palace, walked around, see all the suffering, secluded himself, got to the conclusion where he has like what they call the Four Noble Truth, or Four Truth for the Noble Ones. It really depends how do you translate it. Which says, first, there is suffering. Second, source of suffering is in the mind. Third, this suffering can be eliminated. Fourth, the way to eliminate the suffering is the what he calls the 8 ways.
Okay.
And then he, describes
Stages.
stages you have
Shit.
to practice.
What's the overarching philosophy of Buddhism? It's, nothing is everything.
What do you mean?
Is there like one fundamental to reach enlightenment? Do you not have to? Is it like
Reach
believe-
enlightenment? No,
believe
first of
that
all right.
everything is nothing or something?
So that's the point where I get confused.
Yeah.
Because
I do.
it's interesting, and I ask people's questions. So we had monks talking to us, who dedicated their lives to enrich enlightenment, who lived in a cave for like 12 years, and hasn't got there. So I asked them, if you can't, who can?
Yeah.
Because basically, potentially, everybody can. The thing is, it's so hard to do. We want to enrich enlightenment, but at the same time, we try to hold to reality with everything that we have.
Mm-hmm.
We are not willing to let go.
Very true.
So, and that's what makes the difference.
Yeah. I see.
We need to let go of everything that we hold, and then from there we can.
Actually understand. Fucking hell. It's heavy as hell, isn't it?
It is. They have a. I've had a nice allegory about this. It's
Okay.
like have you seen the coconut traps? Yeah, they have for monkeys in the woods.
No.
So imagine a coconut with a hole in
Yeah.
it. So the coconut is empty,
Uh-huh.
and there's a sweet in it, and the hole exactly the size of like the hand of a monkey.
Okay.
So the monkey comes, smells the sweets, reaches his hand, grabs the sweet inside,
Uh-huh.
and tries to pull off his hand, but he can't. He's stuck.
Okay.
So he won't let go of the sweet because he wants it.
Naturally.
And then that's the trap. All right. So in the same way, we are trapped in samsara,
Okay.
right? In this reality.
Ah,
All we need
God.
to do is just let go of the sweets,
Okay.
and we're free.
And you can get. Oh, what?
But
the
we won't do
fuck,
it.
man?
We won't do it. And the sweets are our life, our health, our friends, everything that we enjoy in this world.
Yeah. So, oh God, I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, I can see it. I can understand why that philosophy will come
Every
about, but-
attachment is the word that they use. You need to let go of all the attachments.
Fuck, man. That's tough, huh? I like PlayStation and that. I like that
No,
stuff.
I'm not sure about PlayStation, for example. If PlayStation brings you joy, then do it. If it brings you suffering, don't do it.
Ah, interesting. So, but it would be cool with PlayStation.
Buddha will be down with PlayStation with you. I'm pretty sure,
That's good to know.
Why
man.
not?
Good to know.
Why not?
True. There's some games
It
that I
brings you
love.
joy. If you sit down and you play and it brings you joy, what's
Yeah,
wrong in
you're
that?
right, man. There's a couple of times there if you're replaying a game for the 4th time and you're like, oh, I just
So
wanna
what?
get
So,
through
all
this
right,
bit.
if you play the game for the 4th time, you're like, why did I do that? I could have done something else. Then
Very
do
true.
something else.
I see. So
But if
enjoyment
it's,
is the name of the game.
you have to be truthful to yourself. You have to do things that benefits yourself. We only, otherwise it's like a jungle. We only have one life here.
Yeah, amen. Huh. That was good, man.
It's like, all right. Some playing video games is a relatively easy example.
Okay.
Just sit down, do it. See, just take into account. You don't need to do it a lot.
Yeah.
And that's it. But the problem, not a problem, but the more interesting things is what about chillums, for example? What about ganja? What about
Okay.
alcohol? What about those things? What about tobacco?
Mhm.
Those are things that we know that could be joyful,
Mhm.
could be not joyful, but I think more often they're not for people who smoke on a daily basis. It's just, it doesn't bring them the joy that it used to.
Yes. Yeah, I understand.
We are abusing this medicine, really.
So when people start to get nervous when they smoke weed or pranging out, and they
Quit it.
continue to do it, you're like, what
Quit
the
it.
fuck? Just
Quit
stop
it, quit
doing
it.
that shit.
I know people who got anxiety
anxiety,
attacks of jars, and they will not take other drugs because they are afraid.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
so they say, okay, so I smoke a little jar, so what? Everybody smokes jars, but that's the thing. It's not good for you, so don't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, do what you kind of want to do.
Yeah, so society has a it's a wonderful thing, and we need to do it to socialize. We're social animals. Everybody understands it by now.
Yeah.
Like some of us are more than others, like you know.
Yeah, for sure. But everyone can get there. Again, being social is a skill. I think it depends on, obviously, genetics definitely have a thing to do with it, and how your brain's wired up from birth. But you can still strengthen certain neural connections, from what I've heard, by doing repetitive training, or by throwing yourself into the deep end, or certainly in terms of that, like going back to the whole like just chatting to girls if you're a guy or whatever, like doing that really allows you to build your self-esteem and confidence. It's horrible. It's one of the worst things you can do. Like you don't think it's as bad as it's going to be. Just approaching women on the street in the daytime and saying hello. That's all we were doing.
You tried that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we had to do sort of 5 each in an hour or whatever. So we go out, and I was like, this will be alright. It's only five girls to say hello to. Just like, so you had to say hello.
Easy.
You had to say, yeah, exactly. You had to say hello, then like just say a compliment, like, oh, nice shoes, whatever. Well, that's really pretty. Yeah, not something that guys generally fucking do day to day, you know. So
all right.
I'm shit at complimenting girls. Anyway, so I was like, okay, now I'll force myself to do this. And the first one's always the worst, man. Always. So you go past, like, and it doesn't really matter, you know, they can look nice, whatever. And you go past and you build up the confidence in your head, and you're like, just fucking chat to her. And you see her come around the corner, and then your head starts going, oh, fuck this. Nah, she's going to resent you. Like, she's not going to smile, she's going to walk straight past you. And a second ago, I was fucking Billy Big Balls, like, yeah, I've talked to anyone. And now my brain's just telling me, like, nah, you don't want to, like, you're going to damage your ego doing this shit. Like, don't damage the ego. Like, we built this up. And I was like, fuck. So anyway, like, the first 3 or 4, I'd sort of, like, just walk away and just not actually chat to them. And then I did one and got blown off instantly almost. She walked straight past me.
All right.
Because I wasn't committed enough. I was nervous. She could sense that, you know. So she was like, fuck this. Anyway, by the end of the week, so we did this an hour each night for about 4 nights, I think. It was exhausting, mentally draining. And that was the first time I'd ever done it. But by the end of the week, I'd got 1 number, which I was fucking happy with. Like, that was a big breakthrough for me. But it's like, that shit just shows you the power of the mind, man, though. Just to, like, ego's a big thing. That's what I've realized. Like, just preserving your ego, like, not allowing other people to impact what you believe. Like, but so basically talking to people, like people, even in like hostels, or you look at this, like anything like that. If they're shy in the corner, they're just, you know, a little insecure or whatever, or they can be like, they can come in a big group. And they'll be like all loud, rowdy lads who won't talk to a fucking single person, like outside of their group, kind of thing. Like
Conquer the hostel, you mean?
Yeah, kind of. But they won't actually integrate anyone else in to their party, kind of thing. They'll just have their party. If people
hate it.
I hate that shit too. I don't know. Here's one of my philosophies on this. Maybe it's because they don't like interacting with other people, because obviously they've got a group of like-minded people there. They're all thinking the same thing, like, we're all going to get fucked up, we're all just going to, like, chat, and I'm sure it'd be fun for them. But at the same time, like, because they want to protect their ego and not interact with other people who might go like, oh, like, drinking a bit much there, or like, oh, you're being a bit rowdy there, maybe, or I think I'm onto something here. That's why I think my mind's going a little bit now.
I kind of lost track.
Yeah, I did a little bit, mate. I did a little bit.
No, but get on the point, it was interesting.
It was interesting. It was about ego, and how ego is one of the biggest things in the human brain. What's that?
It's like a bird. I don't know. It's like a huge bird.
Yeah, I missed it, mate.
Like a night bird.
It is night time. Yeah, I missed it.
Fucking owl or something.
Yeah, fair.
You have owls in England.
Just owls?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, yeah, we got owls.
Just passing down the streets sometimes.
Yeah. I live on a farm.
Alright.
We got a shit ton of owls, man. Well, not a shit ton, we got about 3 or 4.
You like them?
Yeah, owls are cool, yeah. I don't really know them. I don't really interact with them all that much.
True, it doesn't. It's
But,
not an interacting animal.
Yeah, they seem pretty alright. Yeah, it's a bit antisocial, isn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of that.
Some guys are scared shitless of them, you know.
Really?
Yeah, they have because it's like it has a funny look and it can rotate
Yeah.
in 180
Any
degrees.
which way it wants. Very true, man. Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Shit's fucked up. Oh, one thing I want to get better at though is vocabulary. To get a better vocabulary, to actually be able to explain what I want to explain, like just what happened there with the ego trip thing.
Right.
Yeah, I think I just ran out of words to describe what I was thinking. You know what I
It's
mean?
hard, man. It's hard to put the right word in the right place.
It's very hard, mate.
And words are like it's a very gentle thing, you know. Because you can have, if you want people to like get you precisely, you have to use the right words.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, people just like, what the?
it's better not to do it at all. You know, it's better. It's like
Quite often.
so. The thing here, you know, I'm like, I think I'm like 60-70% me,
Okay.
just because of that gap between.
The language barrier.
Whatever I can express in Hebrew, you know, it's like 100%. So in English,
Gotcha.
it's like, I don't know,
Yeah, no,
around
that's-
70.
Oh,
And even it
please.
depends on what kind of English I'm speaking. If I'm speaking to an American, then I can express myself better.
Okay.
But if
Yeah.
speaking to you guys, then it's different, you know.
Yeah, fair man. Yeah, that's true. That's
It's
true.
a completely
No,
different language.
Your English
No,
is fucking
completely
awesome,
different.
though, man. I think, because I've studied a bit of Spanish. My Spanish, if yours is 70% for English and 100% for Hebrew, mine's pretty good for English. I reckon 90. And I reckon Spanish should be fucking 20, 30 maybe.
It's just like street level Spanish. You can find your way around the street. As for
Yeah.
directions,
Yeah, it's
maybe
like
bargain with the taxi driver. That's it.
Bingo. Yeah.
That's all you need basically to travel the country.
It's true. But like,
If you want to
by
live
the
somewhere,
end-
then that's different.
yeah, agreed.
If you
I'd
want to
like,
live somewhere. Yeah.
oh, without doubt. But I think that if you're gonna live somewhere, you're gonna, through just being there for so long, you're gonna pick it up
Yeah.
after a few months, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's tricky, man. That's tricky. Yeah,
So we want to go back to the ego topic, or
we could do. I don't know.
because
If
kind of
remake.
it kind of relates to what we talked about earlier.
Which one?
You know, the Buddhism conversation.
Yes, yeah, it does. So basically, ego.
So
It's one of the most precious
from
things to
Buddha's
humans.
perspective, ego does not exist. That's the important thing about Buddhism.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's not like it doesn't exist. It's 99% doesn't exist.
Okay.
It's like it exists.
What if I want to be the best Buddhist ever?
That's
Surely
true.
my ego-
That's all right. That's the thing.
like that.
You know.
I want to be.
What is the I? What do you mean? You say
Yeah.
you say
Oh,
I
God,
want
this
to
is
be.
heavy. Yeah,
I want to be
Yeah.
the greatest Buddhist in the world.
Yeah.
You know.
Who is you?
Who is the I? There's no I.
Oh, man, this is gonna scare me. This conversation.
No I.
Yeah. It's like Matrixy stuff.
Exactly like Matrix.
We shouldn't
Exactly.
talk about Matrix, man. We shouldn't talk about Matrix. That's gonna get heavy.
So if you remember in our conversation, we had a little battle, and I told you, okay, this is the battle.
Yes.
So let's imagine a battle now, because this is a recording. We can show it.
Yeah. Good.
So a battle. What does a battle look like? It's like a piece of plastic or glass, which has that battle shape.
Neck of the bottle and the
Yeah,
body
the
of
neck, and then you have the
gotcha.
bottom, and you have the thing that you like
The label
drink
and
from.
stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, gotcha.
So those are the parts of the bottle, and the bottle also have a purpose to contain liquid.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
we can't have a bottle without those.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. But,
That's what
says
bottle
Buddha, all of those parts does not contain the bottle.
Okay.
All of the parts together does not create a bottle.
Okay.
For
What
exa-
was that? Okay.
For example, if we're going to take the bottom off, the battle.
Uh-huh.
It's not gonna be a battle anymore.
Yes.
Maybe it's a broken battle,
Yeah, I get
but it's
you.
not a battle, you know.
Yeah. But you got a small sphere of.
Yeah.
You got a
yeah.
circle of
But
glass.
the
or whatever.
battle itself is not in the bottom.
Understand? Yeah, with you. So,
So-
what is a bottle?
In the whole, like there, that's the point. There is no battle.
Yeah,
the
there's just
the
a
object, the object for itself is empty of meaning.
Mm.
We see that
Yeah.
and project our image, our idea, our ideology, our needs,
Yeah.
our way of living, you know,
Yeah.
our meaning into it.
Very true, bro. Shit.
Without
that's
us,
crazy. Yeah,
there is no battle.
Oh God. Have you read *Sapiens*?
No.
Oh, read that.
Oh, I've been to his course. You know, he's a teacher in my university.
Noah Harari one.
Yuval Noah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you've been to a lesson of his?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome, man. That guy is a heavy thinker as well. He's got some
yeah.
incredible stuff. Shit, man, that's awesome. How was it? What did he talk about? Do you remember?
It was a half-year course. I
Wow.
didn't attend the lessons
Okay.
because there was 600 students who signed this course and only 300 spots.
Okay.
And it was kind of, you know, you have all the material in
Online.
the syllabus, you know, and online.
That's it.
You don't need to come to
The one
the
people
lectures.
learn, yeah.
It's all on YouTube. You can watch it.
Gotcha. Awesome, man. It was good. It was worth it. Oh, yeah. It's a satellite now.
No, it's too quick to be a satellite.
Nah, okay, a true plane, maybe. Fuck
It looks like a
UFO?
no. How do you call those? The floating things, the new ones.
Oh, a drone?
Yeah, it looks like a drone.
Yeah, that's quick.
It moves
for
like a drone.
Yeah, it does. It's quite straight line. They're fucking annoying, aren't they? At sunsets and that. Jesus fucking wept. I hate that shit, man. Drones, fuck that. Fuck it right off. They do get some great shots.
Mm.
The photography and that.
Yeah, true.
Come on.
True.
It's just a noise. Make them silent and I don't really care anymore. Do a proper Big Brother shit, you know.
Wait for it. It comes.
Yeah, it will.
So anyway,
What are we talking about?
are we clear on the subject of emptiness?
Kinda. Yeah.
So Buddha says everything in the world is empty, including the eye.
Wow.
Like first and foremost, like you think.
That's insane.
Yeah, really emphasize that point on the ego.
Yeah, very true. Which is definitely, you can understand why that is a pure philosophy, you know, and that's why it stood the test of time. Yeah, that's mad, dude. It's a fucking good conversation, bro.
Thank you. I mean,
Very good.
thank you for the opportunity.
Nah, man. Socrates on point.
So if we're not the ego, what are we? That's a follow-up question we have to ask.
If we're not the egg,
If we're not the ego,
or the ego.
we are not our ego, you know, because
Yeah,
the ego
yeah.
doesn't exist, so we can't be it.
Well, that's a whole consciousness question, is it not? Is it not like, what the fuck are we? I don't really know.
Yeah.
mate. I
So
don't
Buddha
really know.
says that our mind is eternal,
Okay.
and the body is for this life.
Okay.
Body dies, there's whole circulation, 48, 49 days, like 7 weeks,
Okay.
and then mind leaves and goes to another body.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. It's pretty hard to scientifically prove that one, though. No?
True. But you have children who are born in Tibet, they remember the past life, and they would test them.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not even kidding.
If that's true, that's fucking.
Check it out.
ridiculous. I might
Check
have
it
to-
out.
All right, I'll YouTube that.
You have
shit.
4 years old little children.
Uh-huh.
They can recite all the books,
What
all the
the
Tibetan
fuck?
books
Oh
by
my
heart.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, me, that's too much.
Yeah.
All right, I'll check it
Yeah.
out. I'll have to YouTube that, listeners. Okay, what the fuck? Man, this is a good convo.
So they say we can with the right guidance we can remember where we've been in past life.
So you can trace it back. You can live endless lives in a way.
You see this flock of birds. You see it?
Well.
Can you see it?
Oh, yeah, good eyes. Okay, that's good eyes, man. So what about population growth, though? How come?
What about population growth? That's a
Okay.
great question, George.
How come we have endless?
All right.
Recycle
Yeah.
brains.
Cause. All right. Wait for it.
Okay.
There's infinite universe
Yes.
and infinite like realities.
Okay.
So maybe we can switch through universes.
Whoa.
I don't know. Maybe we can.
Oh God, this is mad.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But-
no one knows.
Even if we don't, even if we stay on this earth,
Yeah.
so you get animals, like you get other sentient beings.
Uh-huh.
So samsara, which is this world,
Uh-huh.
is divided into 6 realms.
Okay.
I'm going from the upper to down, right?
Okay.
So you have the God realm, which is divided to 2.
Okay.
So basically 2 God realms.
Okay.
Human realms, those are the 3 upper realms.
Yep.
Animal realm, which is the highest lower realm.
Okay.
Then the hungry ghosts, which they have no body, but they are described as like fat people with very thin necks.
Right.
So
Okay.
immense hunger, but no ability to swallow, and everything they try to swallow sometimes turn into flame and burn them.
The fuck?
So they are very needy, always need something.
Okay. Okay.
And then you have hell, which is divided also to 2 sections: the cold hells and the warm hells, hot hells.
Okay.
Hot hells represent states of anger, war, fight.
Okay. Well, let's go a couple of levels higher here. What's the main? This is a religion again. Sorry.
Hmm?
This is a religion you're talking about. These.
No.
Realms.
This is it's how they divide samsara. Samsara is our world, right?
Some salaries.
Samsara, yeah.
What is a samsara?
Here. This in our world. This is it.
I said the world is divided into. I'm confused, man. What's samsara?
Samsara means this state of living and dying and reincarnating all the time.
Okay. Oh, okay. And in that.
So you have this, you have
Reincarnation philosophy.
So growth of population can be explained by either animal minds, animal souls who are coming into new human body,
Yeah, it's
or
very true.
God souls are coming down. Yeah,
So there's a shift.
yeah. There's
Totally.
a constant shift. We have been in all realms all the time, infinite times,
Oof.
because this shit has been going on forever.
Yeah.
So
Mate.
from Buddhist
Whoa.
perspective, for example, like if you're talking creation-wise,
Mhm.
so Buddhists don't believe in a creator at all.
Okay.
They're and the Dalai Lama is very famous for being very fond of science.
Okay. Good.
So he's really into like checking where the
Fantastic.
scientific scene,
Yeah, he's at
He's-
the moment.
and trying to exchange information.
Awesome. Great
Yeah.
news. It's a combination, eh? Has to be. Yeah.
Yeah, but why did we talk about it?
Reincarnation, ego, emptiness,
Mm,
Buddhism.
Right.
Yeah.
So with reincarnation, scientific. I kind of lost it.
No, that's cool, man. That was good.
But that could explain, because right. So he's saying, all right,
Population.
yeah. So he's saying, okay, so the Big Bang, no problem, just not the first one. So,
Maybe, man.
And I remember when I studied astrophysics, I also had that thought, like, because they say, the universe is expanding
Okay.
in a decreasing speed ever since the Big Bang.
Yeah, okay. I've heard this philosophy as well, yeah.
So the theory says that whenever it will stop, at one point it will stop expanding.
Yeah, okay.
And then it will start contracting.
And go back to singularity and then boom, and just an infinite process of this.
Again.
Boom, boom.
You know,
boom.
so imagine how many times it already happened.
Yeah, no, very true. But I think there's there's so many theories out there in terms of what the universe is doing. I know there's definitely, again, going back to that Joe Rogan one, but the physicist on there is adamant that the universe is just expanding, just constantly expanding and not slowing down. But anyway, it's difficult. I'm not an astrophysicist, so I haven't really done the maths. But it's hard, man. The world's so mad. It's cool, though. You literally cannot get bored. That's the thing.
What?
You literally can't get bored, I don't think.
Oh, right, that's true. I just want to see what's up with Pappi Chulo.
Yeah, man. I think we'll pause it there, dude.
Alright.
That was awesome, though, man. Well.
Bankwood Bear Productions.
Cheap and chill.